Barbarella, issue number 2. That's right, I'm back talking Barbarella because I'm obsessed with this character. I love a good Barbarella story. I love the world that this character can exist in. And it's just nice to have a positive book like this that just gets the character right. You know, it doesn't feel forced, it doesn't feel off, it just is perfectly Barbarella, which is something I like to see. You know, this theme and this issue in particular, I was like, okay, I see what you're doing here. It's kind of a fun story. It's a little weird at times, but that's kind of good for this character. So, I like what we're doing. Let's get back into the world of Barbarella. So, we figure out kind of like an area we can go to kind of like shut off some of the communications and some of the devices controlling the people in Camelot. We see that Barbarella's wearing kind of like an interesting like swimsuit outfit to get over to this place. She kind of like steals like a jet ski looking thing. They head over to like this like offshore communications tower where there's some people who are kind of like protecting it so they can't get through. They send Vox in to kind of like sneak past these guards and infiltrate the door so they're able to get in. And when they get inside, they are instantly recognized. And we just kind of get a nice fight scene. We see that Talon's like wings can deflect bullets, which is kind of a interesting dynamic. And these, like, alien men who are the guards, they do get distracted because Barbarella kind of, like, takes her top off and it kind of distracts them. They're like, what? And this is the perfect distraction so that Talon can come in and take their guns, and then these men are held hostage. We lock them into a room. And again, I know some people who might be coming into Barbarella are going to be like, why was that scene in here? That's the character. That's what she does. She uses her love and her romanticisms and her femininity as a weapon. That has always been what the character did. So that's something that I'm not upset by. And if you are kind of just like not new to the character, or you are new to the character, I should say, and you haven't seen that before, it's very typical for her to do these kind of things, and that is what it represents. It's never used in a derogatory setting. It's just more like she's using it as a weapon, which is the important part of that character. So we lock these guys up, and as we're looking through the communications tower, like, okay, so there's something controlling the people on this planet, but the signal's kind of coming from off-world, so I'm not really sure what we should do to stop it. Basically, there's some, like, nanites in here that we could try to shut off, and I don't know what's going to happen if we do. So we do turn off the communications and the stuff for the nanites, and we'll see, oh, this planet's going to be full of people who are happy that they are, like, free of this control, but we see it as the planet gets shut off. All these people are like, where am I? What's going on? What is this? What are we doing here? Because they don't really know. And then Talon's kind of asking the question, like, is this like a normal reaction for people? And it's kind of like, well, imagine you were like controlled for like who knows how long and you just woke up suddenly, you don't know where you are or what you're wearing or what you're doing. It's going to mess you up a little bit. So let's go see who the man behind the curtain is. We're trying to sneak inside to like figure out, okay, who's the person on top of everything. We see that Barbarella like gets the information from one of the guards when she kisses his cheek, and she gets inside, and we see that this man is named Jaredin Dariox, and he is the guy we saw in the first issue that Barbarella tried to talk to at the dinner table, but he didn't say anything. And he's basically like, dude, I was working here with my friend Thor. And basically, it was just like, we had it all set up, and then like the nanites came in, and then we see that Jaredin was infected by a nanite, and then he just couldn't like control anything anymore, and he lost control of it all, and he's like, I don't know what's going on or what happened, but yeah, let's shut it down. Like, let's literally stop everything from happening, because there's a lot of bad things at play here. I don't like what's going on. Let's shut it all down. He betrayed me. All of this is bad. And it's just like, I guess we're going to shut it down, so we turn off the signal, and we're going to bring down Camelot to its knees one last time. It's kind of cool. I don't know why, maybe this is intentional or not, but Jaredin kind of looks like Tony Stark. Could be intentional. I'm just saying, like, Tony Stark would fit in pretty well to this universe, because he'd definitely be connected to a Barbarella-type character. Very fun stuff. So we see, all right, we solved this problem. Jaredin's going to do his best to fix what's left of the planet. He kisses Barbarella goodbye. They head off on their way. But the planet is kind of breaking around them. They have to get to the ship before people are destroyed and everything falls apart. We've seen Talon is about to do something that's like the ultimate sacrifice to get the problem solved. And he turns into like this weird crystallized glowing version of himself. He's like, get to the ship, Barbarella. I will keep you safe. And it's like, is Talon gonna die here? Is this what we're setting up? Is Talon gonna sacrifice himself to save Barbarella? Looks like it. I'm like, oh no, you're gonna kill Talon? He's such a cool character. He's Pygar, but not Pygar. Maybe now we're gonna see Pygar. Oh, I think she based the model on Pygar, so maybe that Pygar is still alive or not. It's hard to say, but it's like, okay, thanks for everything, Taln. So who knows what our next mission is going to be, but Barbarella is kind of crying as she's flying away with Vox, and it's just a really interesting ending to this book. We kind of like wrap up this storyline. It's like, all right, we saved Camelot, all these people are free, and that's about it. Like, it's just a simple Barbarella story. It kind of reminds me of those classic like strips, those comic strips, where it's just like the story is only a few pages long. We wrap it up the way we know how, and I think that's pretty much what the character needed right now, especially in a modern context. Like I said, there's earlier interpretations, like I know Dynamite put out a book a couple years back of Barbarella, and it just didn't get it in the way I think a lot of books should. This one gets it better. I think the writing helps, the artwork really helps, it's very stylized and pretty. It's a really nice book, and I think it just did this world justice. It's like, okay, we just freed a planet that was enslaved by nanites, all the people are freaking out, Talon has to sacrifice himself to save Barbarella. The power of love persevered, but it also came with a cost, which, very good Barbarella story, especially in a modern thing where we're kind of like playing up the more dramatic angles. Really good stuff. Like, this is what I wanted, you know, when we're getting a new Barbarella book. I've always said, like, take the character seriously, but don't stray away from the things that make her herself. And this book really amplifies what makes Barbarella Barbarella, and it's really cool to see that. So I'm excited to see what's coming next from this book. I'm going to imagine it's going to be pretty exciting stuff, just because Barbarella is a really fun character, and I like what this is becoming. So definitely check it out. Barbarella is definitely worth the read. So Barbarella issue number 2, I am going to give a 7 out of 10. Now, thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, good luck.